Hello everyone, welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. If you are new, my name is Veronica, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some meals that we've had this past week, and hopefully it can give you some meal inspiration or maybe some new meal ideas to try. But anyway, let's get to cooking. Tonight for supper, I'm fixing baked pasta. We absolutely love this. It's one of our favorite meals. The first thing that I do is brown 1 pound of lean ground beef. And I also have a pot of water over here that I'm bringing to a boil so I can cook some pasta. I have 1 pound of penne pasta. And I'm just gonna add a half of a sweet onion that I had already diced up. I'm gonna add that into my meat. I'm just going to brown my ground beef and cook the onion in that as well. Whenever my meat is almost finished cooking, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 350 degrees. I just drained the grease off of my ground beef, and now I'm going to add in a 45-ounce container of ragu. You can use your favorite spaghetti sauce. This is our favorite spaghetti sauce, and I'm just going to, like I said, pour this in here, and I'm going to cook this on low until my pasta is done. My penne pasta is finished cooking, so I want to drain all of the water off of it. I want my pasta to be as dry as possible, so I'm just going to kind of shake the water out and just let this set for a second. That way there's not a whole lot of water left on the pasta. I usually just take a spoon and kind of move my pasta around as well, and that way if there's any water inside the noodle, it'll come out. And then whenever the water has drained off, I'm just going to add my pasta back into my pot. And then I'm going to add in a 16-ounce jar of alfredo sauce to my pasta. And then I'm just going to stir that up. And then I'm going to take a 9x13 baking dish and I'm going to spray it with some nonstick spray. And then I'm going to pour my pasta and alfredo sauce in the bottom of my baking dish. And just spread that in there evenly. And then I'm going to pour over my spaghetti and meat mixture over top of that. And spread that over top evenly. And then I have 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, and I'm just going to sprinkle all of the cheese over top of that. And then I'm going to take some aluminum foil and I'm going to spray my aluminum foil with some nonstick spray as well. And then I'm going to place that over top of this, and And I spray it with the nonstick spray, and that way my cheese don't melt and stick to the aluminum foil. And then I'm going to stick it in the oven for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I'm going to remove the aluminum foil, and I'm going to stick it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. It just came out of the oven, and I'm just going to let it rest for 5 minutes, and then it's ready to eat. This night for supper, we tried a new recipe. It was taco crock pot tater tot casserole. This was super easy and it turned out really good. My whole family enjoyed it. The first thing that I done was brown 1 pound of ground beef. Whenever I got all of my ground beef chopped up, I then added in 2 cloves of minced garlic, and I cooked that in with the ground beef. Like I said, this was a new to us recipe and we all really enjoyed it. My son said it reminded him of a chili cheese tart with a taco flavor, and it was so good. Plus, I love crock pot meals. You can just throw it in your crock pot, cook it, and then by the end of the evening, your dinner is done. After my ground beef was finished cooking, I drained all of the grease off of it. I then added in a can of Campbell's condensed cheddar cheese soup. You can mix all of these ingredients together in a bigger bowl. I just used my skillet because I didn't want to dirty up another bowl. It would have been easier to use a bigger bowl, but it's fine. It all turned out great anyways. It's okay. It's okay to be lazy every once in a while, right? I then added in 1 pack of taco seasoning. You can use your favorite taco seasoning. After I added my taco seasoning, I then added 1 cup of finely shredded cheddar cheese. I then mixed all of those ingredients up together until they were well combined. After I got all of those ingredients mixed up really well, I then added a 32-ounce bag of frozen tater tots. I did not have my tater tots laying out. I took them straight out of the freezer, and that way whenever I was mixing all of these ingredients up, my tater tots wouldn't fall apart. So after I added the tater tots, of course, I mixed all of that together and made sure the tater tots was well coated with the other ingredients. Like I said a few minutes ago, this would have been a lot easier to mix up in a larger bowl, but that's okay. It just took me a little bit more time. After my tater tots was well coated, I then took a crock pot liner and I placed it in my crock pot for easy cleanup. I then sprayed my crock pot liner with some nonstick spray, and then I added all of my ingredients to my crock pot. Once I had everything added to my crock pot, I then just made sure everything was in there evenly, and that way it would cook evenly. I then added 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese over top of all of those ingredients. I then placed my lid on my crock pot and I cooked it on low for 4 hours. You can cook it on low for 4 to 5 hours or on high for 2 to 2.5 hours. And this is what it looks like after cooking on low for 4 hours. And of course it was ready to eat, and like I said, we all enjoyed it. And here's my bowl of my taco crock pot tater tot casserole. Shoo, that's a tongue twister. This night for supper, I fixed one of our favorite soups. It had snowed that day, so it was cold outside and we wanted a good warm soup. And taco soup is super easy to make, the way that I make it anyway. You can use a crock pot or a Dutch oven. I usually fix mine in the Dutch oven because, like I just said, it's super simple and you just kind of throw everything together and it's really fast. So the first thing that I do is brown 1 pound of ground beef, and then I drain all of the grease off of it. I then add a 15.5 ounce can of light red kidney beans. I don't drain or rinse any of my canned items that I will be adding to my taco soup. I then add a 14.5 ounce can of petite diced tomatoes and tomato juice. I then add a 15.25 ounce can of black beans. A 8 ounce can of tomato sauce. And a 14.5 ounce can of golden sweet whole kernel corn. I then add in 1 pack of ranch seasoning mix. It gives it a lot better flavor. So if you've never tried taco soup with ranch seasoning mix, you really should try it. And then I add in 1 pack of taco seasoning. And after I have all of those ingredients added, I just mix everything up really well until everything is well combined. After I get all of the ingredients well combined, I then turn my stovetop on medium heat, and then I place my lid back on my Dutch oven and I cook this on medium heat for about 15 minutes, and I just stir it occasionally in between. Like I said, the way that I make my taco soup is super simple. It's also very affordable, especially if you're using mostly great value products like I did. And after 15 minutes, it's finished cooking, so I added some to a bowl. And I like to top my taco soup with some shredded cheese and some sour cream, and it is so delicious. This night for supper, I fixed some fried bologna sandwiches. We had been working outside all day that day and we were all absolutely exhausted, and I did not feel like fixing a big meal, so fried bologna sandwiches it was. The way that I fix my fried bologna is I just spray my skillet with some nonstick spray, and then I add my bologna to my skillet And then I make some slits on the outside of my bologna, and that way my bologna doesn't bubble up and burn on the outside edges. And I just brown each side, and that's it. Super simple. Let me know in the comments below if you have ever had a fried bologna sandwich and what you think. This was another very simple and very affordable meal. This meal cost a total of $7 and it fed 6 people. So I say that's a win in my book, especially with the price of groceries nowadays. And on my fried bologna sandwich, I always like to add some Duke's mayonnaise. And for my side, I just had some Cool Ranch Doritos. That's it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.